Welcome into Sportscape. My name is Derek Clyburn, and I'm once again joined by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, man. Divisional round is in the books. Some pretty good football, I would say. Definitely another step forward towards the Super Bowl. And definitely a lot to talk about. Panthers and Colts are in the midst of their off season, so we're going to get into that, obviously. Um, so I'm excited what we're going to talk about today, and let's just get right into it. So the Panthers, obviously, they finished 8-9 on this season. And definitely a statement win against the. Not a statement win, but a statement game against the Rams in the wild
As
card
far
round.
as far as moral victory goes, that was one.
Yeah, for sure. But I definitely think they're a team that's headed in the right direction, on the upward trajectory, as we say. A team that you definitely have to keep your eye on, and a team that's definitely a team to be reckoned with, in some, especially take that next jump as a serious team that can make a playoff run in the future. But John, what are some of the things you would like to see the Panthers do this offseason? Like, what are their needs? What do you think the state of the team is, and how they should use this offseason to improve?
It's funny. I've been actually looking into this exact thing. Like, there's some articles. Joe Person writes great articles for the Athletic um,
Hmm.
about what we should do this offseason. And I feel like there's a variety of different steps that we can take. We have a good amount of cap space, not a tremendous amount, but a good amount. And I feel like the first and foremost thing we have to do, well, start with our own. Let's get guys back. Nick Scott, let's bring him back. Clearly, let's bring him back. We're not gonna have to break the bank for him. Why would we not? You know, unless he wants to test the market, and if somebody really would throw money at him. But I don't suspect it because I think he's just good at what we ask him to do. I mean, not that that's a slight. I think it's a skill. He's making millions of dollars in the NFL. So and so bring Nick Scott back. If we can bring DJ Wanham back, maybe on a lower value deal, team friendly deal, it would have to be in the 1 to 3 million range, and three would be kind of pushing it. Like, so we'll see if we can do that. On top of that, obviously we need to sign Jalen Cooker back. He's a restricted free agent, but we need to, if we can just give him like a 5 year, like where we give him 20 million a year, perfect. That would be great. Like right now, and then have him for 5 years on 20 million, that would be a steal. Like if he continues to play the way he's playing, um, and so I feel like first and foremost is keeping our own. Second off, we need to get the weaknesses. We need to fill in the gaps. So free agency. Clearly, we're going to be looking at the linebackers, N'Kobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, guys like that. On top of that, uh, maybe if we could get a stopgap left tackle because we don't know what's going on with Ike Ekwonu,
Right.
that would be something to consider. And then on top of that, we'll fill in the gaps. We'll be able to have the left tackle, have the off ball linebacker, preferably a free agent. And then going on to the draft, if we can get a speedster, just like throw a dart at somebody with at just raw burst and athleticism and see if we can't figure out how to use them in the offense. That would be cool. Because I feel like with T Mac and Jalen Coker together, like they're already causing so many headaches. If we just had one dude with burst where like you have to just make sure you're close to him because he's so fast and quick,
Mhm.
like it would pull the gravity over and then Jalen Coker and T Mac can do their thing. So I,
Yeah,
I like I like Jimmy Horn a lot, but I just don't think he has the frame for it in the NFL.
yeah.
It's
You need
just what
someone with great size. Yeah, with more size. Yeah.
it's just what it is. Like I wish it wasn't like that for him because he's a great dude and he's fun to watch. He's electric, but he's tied to a role. But we need our role that we need right now is somebody that's going to pull gravity from Jalen Coker and T Mac, and that's somebody with size, bulk, and speed, and somebody like Bell. I think he's from Wisconsin. I'm still learning on these draft prospects now. but
Mhm.
this dude that was compared to almost a Debo Samuel. And so,
Mm.
there's guys like that in the draft. So let's see what we can do. I don't know if I would want to spend a first round pick on it, but if we can, you know, maximize the draft capital that we have to fill these holes. But that's how I feel
Absolutely.
about it. That's the question.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm looking at some of these free agents. How do you feel about the offensive lineman that's feeling like Austin Corbett, Brady Christensen? Are those some of the guys that you would like to bring back, or you think that you have better options? Or
I'd say in terms of free agency on the offensive line, I'd say Brady Christensen. I would definitely like to bring back 1,000%. He's a Swiss Army knife. Like he's somebody that's able to play almost every position. Might
Mhm.
even be able to play center. like, like, yeah. I mean, he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but he's able to function at every position, which is I'm surprised that he was able to be even re-signed last year. I guess we'll see now. Maybe we'll give him a bigger offer, since Icky is dealing with the patella tendon. Um, Austin Corbett, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think the injuries got to him a little bit. Like it seems is the I don't know that that's the fact, but the Pro Football Focus numbers are just going like, you know.
Right.
So that's that's like I don't know enough about the offensive line, and I'm like usually watching like the skill position and the quarterback during every play, but I I feel like the general vibe is that it's kind of going down in he's not as talented as he once was physically just because of the injuries and the age and whatnot.
Got you. Got you.
And then on top of that, who else do we have? Yash Neiman. That's somebody that
Mm.
we need to bring back, the swing tackle, because
Yep.
he's somebody that can play left and right, and he stepped in even last game, not the last game, but the game before. Yeah, he was able to step in for Icky, so he's somebody that can always step in. He could play functionally, like so. We'll need to bring him back. Him and Brady Christensen, I think, are going to be very important, especially with the Icky injury.
Absolutely. Um, Definitely important because offensive line you always need to have depth at that position because they deal with a lot of different injuries. Throughout the season. So when you're able to be deep at that position, this helps everything. Have players that can play multiple positions, the guard, tackle,
Yeah,
sometimes even center as well. Like you said about Brady Christensen, that always helps. Um, how would you say that you how much belief do you have in the front office to put together the roster you've been discussing?
I'm glad you asked that. I always love talking about this front office because I'm a fan of theirs. Dan Morgan is and Brent Tillis, that duo together, like they're great together. Like they both have that like matter of factness and like analytical brain, and they like you can tell they connect with each other, which is I love to see it. But Dan Morgan and Brent Tillis and everybody there, the scouting department, I have the utmost faith. 2 years in a row, we found gems, undrafted free agents. We got Jalen Coker, we've got Corey Thornton. He was, before he broke his leg, he was killing it. He was starting at nickel cornerback. And when it was either Mike Jack or JC was hurt, he was starting on the outside too. Like, dude was looking good. Corey Thornton, remember that name. He's going to be rising up. I'm going to remind you guys next time when he gets an interception like next year. I'll be like, I told you.
Sure.
Yeah. So I feel as though I forgot the point that I was making overarchingly, but there's a lot of strong pieces. Oh, that's right, the scouting department and how we're able
Yep.
to find these gems. Yeah. So I have utmost faith of Dan Morgan and that brass and that scouting department, especially when now we have pick 19. That's like the plus side of us losing. We could have had pick 25. Huge drop off. The difference between 20 and 25 is bigger than the difference between 5 and 10 most of the time, just because there's not always 32 first round prospects. And so 19, you're almost guaranteed to get a first round prospect. Um, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Excited to see what they can do in free agency. Excited to see who they resign. Like I feel the utmost confidence in this coaching staff and this.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, I mean they've done a pretty good job with I say draft picks. I mean free agency, and I mean way better than the last regime that was it here with was it Scott Fitter and them? Yeah, yeah. The this current regime has definitely been better than the last regime, Scott Fitter and them, and I just think seeing like just the natural, progression, of the talent in the roster. I mean, obviously
I have to say one
didn't go
thing
to
though, talking about like the Scott Fitterer, the negativity of that one and the positivity of our draft classes. I have to say, Lad McConkey was right there. I knew it from the start. I knew it. It was so obvious. He was a stud. Like everybody knew it. I knew it. I don't know why it wasn't obvious to the coaching staff, but to their, they had Deontay Johnson, who was playing a very similar role. Like, and they needed a big, strong man in Xavier Leggett. So I understand their thought process, but still, I thought Lad McConkey was going to be a stud, and you take the stud.
yeah. That was Mingo one of their picks too.
Oh, don't even get me started, dude. That's why I was afraid of Xavier Leggett, because he ran stiff like Jonathan Mingo did. Like there was no smoothness. It was just like a locomotive. Like just like it has to take a while to get up. Once it gets to speed, it can. But football, it's like 2.4 seconds. To the average time that quarterback has to get out. You can't take the time to like get to full speed. And if you don't have the savviness, if you don't have the awareness, if you don't have the quickness, and if you don't have the hands and you drop things, there's no space for you on the field. I'm not trying to come at Xavier Leggett, but it's frustrating.
For sure. Because we talked about it. We talked about like you sent me like you texted me like the other day like a graph, and it was the chart, and it was like what was it?
Okay,
Explosiveness.
It was showing explosiveness and efficiency. So how explosive you are, how many yards you generate when you get the ball and catch it, and then how efficient you are, how many times you catch it, and how good your catch percentage is. And Jalen Coker was in the golden area in the top right.
Yeah,
and you know who was not in the top right? I'm sorry, man, but Xavier Leggett was in the red area in the bottom left. And it's clear if you watch the tape. If you watch the tape,
yeah,
like
you see it.
Like you don't need statistics to tell you what your eyes can see.
I mean, we see it every week. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I was saying, like, basically, I was like, I wonder if they can get like a similar package to the one they got for Jonathan Mingo for him. But I don't know if there are any like suckers out there as far as the teams goes. But
I think the Bills owner ruined it for us all because he was like, I didn't even want Keon Coleman.
Like, I thought you was the owner, though. Don't you have final say in this type of things? But I mean, I guess not. Just blame it on everybody else. Keon Coleman, he really isn't good, and that wasn't my pick.
That aren't even in the building that can't defend themselves.
It's crazy.
LOL.
Yeah, definitely, but definitely something to look forward to. The Panthers, they definitely are taking that next step. One of the young teams that we should be looking forward to watching going forward.
Yeah.
As we move along, another team, obviously the Indianapolis Colts. Their season ended much worse than the Panthers, I would say. On a much,
Yeah, honestly, I
note.
wouldn't even say the way that it ended just ended. Like to have that hope, being like, so you were so pessimistic in the preseason. You're like, oh, we're gonna start Daniel Jones. What are we doing? Like, and then you guys
Yeah,
started
yeah.
winning, and you were like, man, I like this. And then just to fall off a complete cliff, honestly, I don't envy
it,
it.
it's not a good position to be in. I mean, you felt it. I mean, before like the last couple of seasons, you felt like the same type of feeling we're feeling right now. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, the difference is with the Panthers, we were bad the whole time. We maybe got good at the end, sometimes. You know,
yeah.
with the Colts, that's the sad part, because you guys were so good so early on, and it was like, oh, Daniel Jones is making a run, and he was, and then he got hurt, and then you guys started losing. It's just there's no silver lining. It's just like, dang, that's well, there are silver linings. I'm not gonna say there's no silver linings, but it sucks a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. I would say it's probably better to peak at the end of the season than it is at the beginning of the season, like we did. I
Yeah.
mean, we kind of peaked at the wrong time and it just backfired.
Hey, ask
Injuries
the
piled up.
2014 Panthers. They
Oh
were one
yeah,
of the playoff teams that got in with a losing record because they just ended up going on a run at the end of the season.
yeah, yeah. So it's
2013 too.
definitely
Go ahead.
definitely devastating to say the least. But as far as this off season, obviously, so the big elephant in the room is the quarterback. What are we going to do at that position? Obviously, I mean, I expect the Colts to re-sign Daniel Jones because it's probably the best decision that we have at this moment. And then you just see, I mean, you just let Anthony Richardson and Riley Leonard go out there and just whoever's the better quarterback, that's who plays between those two until Daniel Jones gets back. And then if it doesn't work out with any of those, you draft a quarterback in 2027, which is supposed to be a better draft, one of the better
I mean,
quarterback
it's not
draft
even a
classes.
question. It's not even a
Yeah.
question. 27 is going to be some, 27 is going to be a good draft. This one is a horrid one.
Oh, it's a god awful one. After Mendoza is horrible. But yeah, so definitely taking care of that. But other than that, I would say linebacker, a linebacker that can cover. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. How the linebackers weren't great in coverage the whole season. One of the weaknesses how quarterbacks were able to feast and like throws over the middle of the field and yards have to catch in that area. But just like addressing that, because other than Zaire Franklin, I don't really think we have enough depth at that position either. Like Zaire Franklin, he's been one of the better tacklers in the league and been one of the top players in tackles for the last couple of years. But he's not that good in coverage either. So him having him just out there and then, random dudes. We had Jermaine Pratt this past year, who was good for us, but he's old. So we don't expect to bring him back or in any type of capacity.
It's just like a year
And
to year thing.
yeah. So we need like depth at position, young players, linebackers that cover. Hopefully we can either address that in free agency or in the draft.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't have a first round pick, so it's kind of like iffy. It's kind of hard to even
Oh,
look at draft prospects right
wait,
now. So
is
it's like
Sauce
who's
good?
gonna be
Is
there?
he healthy? Is he going to
You
be
said what
healthy
now?
next season? Sauce?
Who?
Is he going to Sauce? Is he going to be good next season?
Right now, I think he's expected to be healthy going into next season. So
Because that's who
hopefully
you
that
use
works.
his first round pick on,
Yeah, we need him to be healthy. Obviously, we need him to be healthy. We need him to be out there playing at a Pro Bowl level at the very least. But yeah, obviously, and then like we have free agents. We have Braden Smith, who was our starting right tackle last few years. He's a free agent. He's a little on the older side, so I don't know if we're necessarily going to bring him back or not, um, or he might just cost too much, to bring back, because I mean, offensive lineman. I mean, we saw what people were like paying last year in offensive linemen. Like we saw some dudes get like paid, really paid. Like remember the Chiefs paid like that backup offensive tackle all that money. Everybody's like, "What the heck
that
is going
was
on with the
wild.
Chiefs?" Yeah, everybody's like, "What's
They're
going
like,
on with the
Chiefs, why are
Chiefs?"
you doing this? Like, because then they like reset the market and they made it more difficult to sign other tackles.
Right, right. So a lot of people got paid last year. I mean, as far as the offensive tackle, so we don't know exactly how the market's going to be. Obviously, a lot of teams are always looking to upgrade the offensive alignment or get better at that position because you need to keep your quarterback upright. That's the most important thing, obviously. So,
Yeah.
um, and then like defensively, edge rusher. Like I said, we didn't get to the pass. Like I said, our pass rush wasn't that good this year. Weren't good enough at disrupting the passer, getting back there, finishing sacks. So we need help in that area, and also interior D linemen with DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart. Still good players, but they're getting older. And DeForest Buckner had like that neck injury, at the end of the season. So you never know. Neck injuries are always tricky. So you never know how you recover from that
Hey,
and how to
Quincy Anua, the receiver for the Jets, literally two neck injuries and was retired.
right. So you never know with that. So we obviously need to build depth at that position. The interior defensive lineman, um, our safety, what's his name? Nick Cross. He's a free agent this year. He's our
Yeah,
starting
not that,
safety.
not our safety.
Not Nick Scott who plays for the Panthers, but Nick Cross for the Colts. But he's a free agent. He was our starting safety this year, so we're gonna need to address that position if we don't re-sign him. So I honestly think we can probably do better than him, but I haven't really looked at the market necessarily for safety, so I don't really know too much who's available at in free agency.
uh,
But
yeah, I think the biggest one is Kobe Bryant from the Seahawks, and
Seahawks,
Cameron Curl as well.
Kim Curl's interesting. Both of them are interesting players. I wonder how
Yeah,
much.
first Kobe Bryant's more of an enforcer, and then
Yeah,
it, Cameron Curl is more of a free safety.
yeah, yeah.
Although Kobe Bryant technically plays free safety, but he's more of a linebacker, like Swiss
Right.
Army kind of guy.
hmm Got you, got you. Other guys that really, I mean, yeah, we definitely got to address edge rusher because a lot of the dudes that were playing, like Quiddy Pay's a free agents, Samson Bucum is a free agent, Taquan Lewis. These are all guys that were rotating at the edge rusher, opposite side of Latu. So we're definitely gonna have to address that position. As far as the Colts go and their off season, with so much uncertainty, I would say, and like what direction they want to go in as far as do they want to continue to be like a team that's like going through quarterback after quarterback and then well having trouble finding a franchise quarterback, let's put it like that, because they have tried to find one. Obviously drafting Anthony Richardson in 2023. They thought they had one with him, and then kind of didn't work out that way. And then Daniel Jones, seeing the way he played, they
What do
they
you
thought
think
they might
about
have had
Daniel
one in him.
Jones? If you were to make a decision today, like, do you attempt to re-sign him on a team-friendly deal? Like, what do you think you
Oh
should
yeah,
do?
definitely think they should re-sign him on a team friendly deal. Just because we don't know about the other quarterbacks, I think there's is too much, you know, uncertainty in what they can do, how they can produce, and if they can be quality NFL quarterbacks.
Okay.
We saw with Daniel Jones what he did with Shane Steichen and his offense, his system, where he operated it, the way he executed the game plan. I mean, he had it. Like I said, the offense was explosive at the beginning of the season. It was efficient. It was one of the better ones in the league. I mean, he got the ball out quick. I feel like he executed the game plan to what the way Shane Steichen like really wanted it to be,
Mhm.
done.
He had a
The way
little
he ran it.
plus athleticism too.
Yeah, yeah, and he was like I said, probably played his best football we've seen him play. I mean, he was making throws downfield, and he was just getting it in the right spots. And then the injuries happened, so we don't know if he can replicate what he did after the injury. Obviously, he had what he tore his Achilles, so it takes a while to recover from that type of injury. I mean, most people say it takes like a whole year before you even like get back to your old self.
That's what I'm
You
afraid of
know,
with the patellar tendon with Ike Ekwonu.
yeah. So
Love.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see exactly what he can do and what he can provide. I think if anything, if well, Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard, this could be their chance to show that they, I mean, this could be your time to shine. You can show if you're a quality quarterback in the NFL, if you can be a quarterback they can, believe in. You never know what could happen. So it's up to them to, really take this offseason seriously and it's, I think what's interesting to me is just before the season they were saying how close it was between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones, the quarterback competition, and so it's just curious to see like, will Anthony Richardson take like this opportunity to like display what we could have
He's
seen this
still on
season?
his rookie deal. He's still on
Yeah,
his rookie deal. It was a weird thing that happened with his eye or whatnot, but hey, maybe you can't control some things. That's what happened. So let's
for
see.
sure.
Maybe he might be able to run with it. I do think like giving him a full chance if the coaching staff hasn't fully given up on him, at least subconsciously, giving him a full chance might be good.
Right, right, for sure. And like I said, I mean, they don't have really. Well, I think I'm not gonna say they don't have nothing to lose, but I don't know what the owners are thinking exactly with how much how much longer they're willing to deal with Ballard, as the GM and Steichen. I mean, I think Steichen kind of. I think I think he has like more leeway as far as like what
I
they would
mean,
do with him.
definitely. Ballard's been there for like how long? A decade, like plus.
Yeah. Like Chris Ballard, I think his time, like, I don't know what he has to do for the ownership. That's why I thought they should have just fired him, just because I don't know what he can do this year. Because if you don't have a quarterback, a competent quarterback, doesn't matter what your team really looks like because you don't know,
Homegirl made it clear though. Homegirl made it clear it's a short leash. So
Yeah. I mean, she
I
did
think
say that, but I'm just saying, like, what can
I
he do
think
this
she
year if you got no quarterback?
I
How can
think
he
she means
show that?
business. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's true
So
too.
definitely. And as far as like the trust level, I mean, it's been up and down. I mean, I did think last year like signing Cam Bynum was good. The safety from
Right.
Minnesota. I think he played really well. Um I did I did like the Sauce Gardner acquisition when they
At the
first did
time,
it.
it seemed perfect.
Yeah, just because of the way they were playing, and then you need the corners because Tre'Davious Ward was, dealing with concussions and different injuries, so he was in and out of the lineup.
How did
Um,
Liatu Latu end his season? Is he still playing up to his expectations or no?
well, I would just say he's not playing up to the level that he's not like the impact pass rusher that we thought he would be yet.
At pick
I don't
what,
know.
15, top half of the first
Yeah,
round?
yeah, like you want your player to be kind of like how Will Anderson is, maybe not to that level, but at least like in that like realm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
productivity wise.
yeah, like I mean, Will Anderson is one of the best in the league.
He's up for defensive player of the year.
Yeah, right. So he was a top five pick. So you had your expectations are a little bit higher than the 15th pick, but you can see like he's more of like a technical pass rusher than like like a typical like speed rusher,
Yeah.
or
He's always been like the guy with the bag. Like that's how
yeah,
he like gets, that's how he gets by because he has a bag and he has all these pass rusher moves and he can counter your counter, but like he's not the most athletic.
for sure. And I think that's why I think we should like we need a speed edge rusher, like a true speed edge rusher. A guy like that to complement what Latu
You think
does.
you trade up
Well.
for Bailey?
I mean, I don't know how much capital we have to, go up there
Right.
and get him, but
That would
I
be crazy.
mean, need to get somebody. So we'll see what happens with that. I know Alec Pierce. He's probably the most prominent free agent we have this offseason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, their plan is to resign him, but I just hope that nobody like goes out of our price range. You know what I'm saying? Like, gives him like an extremely large contract that
I
he
would
just throw out
love
there.
for him to come to the Panthers, but I just don't see us paying what it would be necessary to pay. Probably north of 20 million. Like
Yeah. And it's crazy because I think we did we pay Michael Pittman last year or the year before? Like we
The
just
year
paid
before.
him. Yeah, so it's interesting. I don't know how much they're willing to pay, receivers, I mean, accumulation of paying receivers. I don't know how much you're willing to divvy that up as far as cap space goes, but I mean, Alec Pierce was the best receiver this year for the Colts.
Oh,
So
I have a question too about the Colts. How did Josh Downs do? Did he get hurt or something? I feel like I haven't heard
he
much
was
from
dealing with he was dealing with injuries throughout the season.
him.
He was, and I think when he finally got healthy again, um, Daniel Jones was hurt, so it just wasn't the same. Like he wasn't
Yeah.
able to get it to him as much as he would
No,
like.
that's kind of like with Jalen Coker. If you look purely at statistics, he only had
Yeah,
300, 400 yards. But if you know the impact he has and like, the injuries and then like he didn't start his rookie year, like if you know the context, you're like, oh no, he's good.
like Josh Allen is one of, like the best like short space like route runners. If you need if you need somebody to get open quick, he's one of those guys. He's one of the best receivers in
Hey,
the league that can
you
do it.
gotta tell him to tell his brother to come to the Panthers. Tank to us. Caleb Downs, the
Caleb
safety.
Downs, amazing,
Yep.
amazing dude. Oh my
Dog, I
goodness.
want I want him so bad for the Panthers, but he's probably gonna be gone unless we trade up.
Yeah, yeah. Cause y'all pick at what 19?
19.
Yeah, it's gonna be
He's
tough to
probably gonna
all that
be,
bet
I
down.
would say, around Kyle Hamilton range, like 13, 12 ish.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Cause I think yeah, he's definitely gonna be in that range. Yeah, he's that type of player for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, the Colts. I mean, they're in an interesting position to say the least. Ballard is on you, man. I don't know what the plan is exactly, but I mean, obviously you have to impress the ownership if you want to keep your job going forward, and it's on you, man. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in this position because, like I said, this is a bad situation with the quarterback not knowing who's going to be your quarterback next year. So I don't know how many wins you can get out of this team. Like maybe it's in the same range, but then you can get a good pick if you're like in the 6, 7, 8 range, like win wise. So
Yeah.
it's like because if you need another quarterback, you need to be tanking really.
Dude, it's
Um,
the Mike Tomlin dilemma, perpetual Mike Tomlin dilemma.
absolutely. Like maybe like every once in a while you can get somebody like a Lamar Jackson at 32, like the Baltimore Ravens, but how often does that happen?
No, never. It never happens. That was just a stroke of luck, you know.
Right,
Like
right.
if they really believed he would have been Lamar Jackson, they wouldn't have waited until 32. Like
Absolutely, definitely, definitely for sure. Um, I think one more thing. Well, the next thing we'll talk about some storylines. The coaching carousel, man. It's been so many like different like moving with the coaches. Um, it's probably like at least probably what 8 to 10 jobs that's available. Well, not well that was available, and then like a lot of them have been, a few of them have been filled over the last couple of days. Like I said, the most recent one was Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator from the Chargers. He
yeah,
was hired by the Baltimore Ravens. I mean that was an interesting hire. I thought I think the Chargers defense has been good the last couple of years. So he seems to be a guy that's people speak highly of. There's like a video going around of like Derwin James talking about him, just the way it's the type of man he is, the leadership
really,
style.
that's sick.
Yeah. So I mean he's well regarded by his
I mean, honestly,
players.
if it's a Pittsburgh Steeler or a Baltimore Raven coach, like I just assume, like because they keep their coaches for a long time, so they pick them well. I assume. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like them and the Ravens to me are like similar in that aspect. Like they don't have a lot of coaches over the like their franchise history is like I think the Steelers have what 3 or 4 like because
Yeah,
they
dude, I
stay like
think
20
like
years.
6 degrees of separation. Literally, it's like Mike Tomlin is like 2 coaches away from like the mid 70s Iron Curtain coach. Like,
Like Bill Cowher and Chuck Knowles or like both of them. I mean,
yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Chuck Noll.
so yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, definitely an interesting coaching cycle. But yeah, John Harbaugh, he got the New York Giants job. Kevin Stefanski got the Atlanta
Wow,
Falcons job.
that's wild too. NFC South news.
Absolutely. And it's funny because I was kind of surprised that they went that route with Stefanski just because I mean Atlanta, I don't know if he fits the Atlanta, culture, I would say, but hey, they're willing to take that chance. I think
It's
you
going to
know,
be so interesting. I think this is going to be a definitional like do or die situation for Kevin Stefanski because he was a two-time Coach of the Year winner in Cleveland, but they were always
yeah,
saying he didn't have enough talent, he didn't have everything he needed, and so now if he fails in Atlanta, like it'll be kind of clear, you know.
definitely. I mean, like I said, I mean, the Atlanta Falcons, their offense has, I mean, so much talent. B. John and Drake and London and Cal Pitts played well like towards the end of the season, so that
Hey,
was
even though
good.
he's not going to be back probably unless they franchise him.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see about that for sure. And then they have one
I
of the better
wouldn't sign
offensive
him. I
lines.
would not sign him. He gives up on plays. I want somebody that's fully into it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like that, they have one of the better offensive lines. Only thing is, we don't know what's going on. Michael Penix, I mean, he tore his ACL, and then I guess it was the other leg because he had tore his ACL in this other leg before, like in college. So we don't know how he's going to recover from that. So they're probably going to end up bringing back Kirk Cousins, and him being the quarterback next year, going into the next year until I guess Michael Penix comes back. But I mean, that's interesting. Jeff Halfley getting the Dolphins job. He was the Packers defensive coordinator. So I mean, I don't know what the Dolphins. They're probably gonna be god awful at next year. I mean, I can't see them being good. So I don't know what they're gonna do. But I mean, they don't have a quarterback. They don't have much talent. I mean, they do have some talent offensively. I would say Jalen Waddle still there, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill.
Well,
Um,
let's see what happens with Tyreek Hill.
but yeah, I think Tyreek Hill is probably gonna be moved. I mean, at least he should be. He should be because I mean, he's been
If you can get
hinting
like
at
a
it for years.
fourth, if you can get like a fourth or fifth round pick for him, that would be great. If I'm the Dolphins,
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Robert Sala for the Titans. I thought that was an interesting hire for the Titans.
I like Robert Saleh. I think he's a great
I think
defensive mind. I think he got
absolutely.
fired preemptively from the Jets, but like I think that's probably the best thing for him now.
Exactly. You want to be as far away from the Jets as possible.
Exactly.
That dumpster fire of a franchise.
Right.
I mean, goodness. I mean, everything that I mean, when you go there, everything bad just happens. I swear. Um.
Yeah, you
So
come out waving the American flag and get injured your first play with a torn Achilles.
yeah, that's definitely that was unfortunate. I mean, the first play. Well, I don't even know if
It
it's the
was
first play,
technically
but it
the
happened.
fourth, but it was funnier to
The
say the
first
first.
series, he had, and that was just unfortunate. And then it's like nobody should go to the Jets if you have any type of expectations. It's what it's what 5 more jobs still open. Buffalo Bills. I mean, they're like I don't know what's going on with the Buffalo Bills. They had that weird press conference where the owner was like calling out people.
It wasn't weird. It's like it's an old man that has no filter, talking bad about players that are on their roster.
Literally, and like I said, I mean the Sean McDermott firing. I mean, I thought that was pretty premature. I would say,
It's kind of
because it's
wild that that guy has that much power because clearly Sean McDermott wasn't the reason the Bills weren't doing well. Like, if you can kind of talk about long form, whether there would have been a coach with maybe more upside than Sean McDermott, but definitely his floor was rock solid consistently. Like, but then you hear this like owner talk, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just like some random old rich dude that like is making these. He doesn't really know.
Like, how did Brandon Bean keep his job? Like, how? How's that
That was
possible?
wild too. That he, because probably because the owner liked him more because they like go to dinner and stuff. I
I'm about
don't
to
know.
say, dude has done a
It's
terrible
on the
job to have
whims of like one guy.
exactly. Like the roster is awful. Like Josh Allen has been like carrying that franchise for like forever. Like since he's like become good. Like
Yeah,
so
a lot of people say that he kept the job just because Josh Allen was a home run hit as a draft pick, and they're like riding the coattails of the 2018 draft.
I mean, other than that, I mean, I think was it like it's like 3 Pro Bowl players like since like
Yep.
2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I think
it's
two
like
actually.
or two, yeah, yeah. Him and James Cook. So it's like it's like crazy to think about. But yeah, I mean the defense has like been awful for so many years. I mean, they've allowed what I think I saw something like they allowed over 33 points like per game, like in the playoffs for the last 5 years. So even with Josh Allen being like leading the offense and being explosive as he has been, you got to put up like 40 points just for your team to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
mean,
tough in the
and
playoffs.
I don't understand both of the decisions. The Xavier Leggett decision and the Keon Coleman decision. Lad McConkey was right there. Like, I really don't get
I
it.
don't know what they saw in Keon Coleman because Keon Coleman was, I mean, people were talking bad about him going into the draft. I mean, people were saying like he was taking off plays and like different stuff like that. Like
Taking
they
on
didn't.
plays is the worst crime you can do. I mean, if it's a normal person, I understand. But hey, like if you're like a part of a team and you need to function a certain way, like you got to get past your individual, like,
For sure. And it's just a weird situation with that. And not to mention what the way the playoff game ended this past week. We're gonna talk about that in a few minutes. But man, this is another heartbreaker for the Bills again. I think the other jobs with the Steelers, the Browns, they still need let me get it one more time. Steelers, Browns, Cardinals, and Raiders available. Coaching
Oh
jobs
yeah, I
still
forgot
available.
the Rockets guy got fired. The Rockets pew excitement, whatever. Jonathan Gannon, I think his name is.
Oh
I
yeah. These jobs are not. I would not. If I was a coach, I would not want these jobs. I mean, maybe the Steelers job, maybe, and the Bills
would
job. Those are
definitely
two
want
jobs.
the Steelers job. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
But I
Browns,
would
the
not
Cardinals,
want
and
to touch the
Raiders,
Browns. Yeah, exactly. Cardinals or Raiders.
those jobs are awful. Those teams don't have quarterbacks. I mean, Shador, hopefully he can show us something this year, but the Browns organization is terrible for altogether. So,
I hope.
I mean,
I hope with Shador. I'm rooting for him.
the Cardinals, they
Actually.
got rid of Kyler Murray, so he's probably. I mean, they need a quarterback now. The Raiders. I mean, I guess they're gonna get Mendoza, but as the number one pick, but their roster sucks. I feel. I mean, let's just put it like that. You definitely gonna need young coaches for these like franchises because you'll need somebody that can help rebuild these teams. I mean, other than the Bills, you probably need you can't get a more experienced coach for the Bills.
Right.
But yeah, man. Let's get into like the divisional round games. I would say a lot of good. All the games were good. Well, except for the Seahawks game. That game was basically over, but after like the first few minutes.
No, it was actually somebody made a great point online. It was technically over the last
After
few
Rashid
seconds
Shaheed.
after the first opening kickoff because they only scored 6 points. So technically, all they needed was 7. They could have ended the game right there.
Exactly. That play happened so fast. I didn't even see it when it came on. Like I think I like looked down and do something. I looked back up. I said, "How they get?" I said, "How they score already?" I was like, because I was like, "Hold up, what happened?" And then I like rewinded it. I was like, "Oh man, they scored on the first play." I was like, "This ain't looking good for them."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then it
I
just
when I looked up at it, I was like, dude, this game's pretty much over. Like,
it's
there's no,
over.
yeah, they're not gonna come back.
I mean, I was like, oh, maybe they'll come back, and then like they By the time the third quarter came around, I was just like, let me go ahead and watch something else. like, like it's like it's time. Like this game is over. It's like a wrap. And like Sam Darnold didn't even do much. I think he threw for like 124 yards. The run game was pretty much the story. I mean, Kenneth Walker had 3 touchdowns. Um, I mean, the defense completely stopped. I mean, completely shut down the 49ers offense. I mean, Brock Purdy and them, the injuries caught up to him, you would say. I mean, nobody could get open. It was just bad. I think Brock Purdy ended up with only 100 and something yards passing too. So
Yeah.
it defense is just, you know, for the Seahawks has just been great the whole season, and it just showed again in this game. And I think in both games, like I think those in both games, I don't think the 49ers, the last 2 games that the 49ers faced against them, I don't think they scored more than 6 points in either game. So I mean, the Seahawks, they definitely
Their defense is elite.
have their number. I mean, they know what they're gonna do, and they
I
just
mean, their
stop.
head coach is a very defensive minded,
Mike McDonald. He's such a
Yeah.
great defensive mind. I mean, and it's crazy because I saw this one stat. It said the Seahawks have lost 3 games this season by a combined 9 points. So all their losses has been by combined 9 points. And the
That's
15 game
wild.
crazy. The 50 games and then the 15 games that they won have been by combined 235. So they've been
Oh my gosh. That's such a wide disparity. That's crazy.
I mean, they've been whooping people to say the
Yeah, they're
least.
probably
in
going to
that
win the
spot.
Super Bowl, I say. It's going to
I
be
mean, they
so weird to see a Seahawks Super Bowl that's not like the Legion of Boom. Like, it's the
yeah,
only Seahawks that I know, like, that are like, that have been good.
absolutely. I mean, before that, I guess you can. I mean, they had like that run with like Hasselback a little bit. Like, what was it
Yeah, that was
Sean
a little bit.
Alexander,
That was a
like
little bit
05?
before my time, but I knew it because of Madden. I knew it because Sean Alexander was on Madden
Sean
06
Alexander. I remember
or
watching
oh
them like
07, 07. He was on 07.
because I think one of the Panthers like in the NFC like championship game or something like that like one of them
We
years.
lost. Well, on their way, that's 2005. The Panthers
Yeah,
lost to the Seahawks
yeah,
on
that's
their
what I'm saying.
route to the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. Yeah.
that's why I knew about the Seahawks because they faced the Panthers like that early. That's why I knew. Yeah, yeah, because. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then I remember watching the Super Bowl, like so. Yeah,
That was
those probably the only two teams.
Seahawks, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't that Ben Roethlisberger's second year, I believe?
yeah, yep, yep. So yeah, those
Crazy.
are the 2 good Seahawks teams we've seen. But yeah, man. Like I said, Sam Darnold didn't have to
And the
do much. So
Beastquake team.
all the Beastquake team, yeah, that team, yeah.
They were at least fun for a moment. Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem. They're good. But yeah, Sam Darnold, he didn't have to do much, man. He just went out there. Yeah, I mean, you don't put the ball in harm's way, hand the ball off, make some
Yeah.
efficient throws here and there,
Yeah.
live to see another day. He didn't
Yeah,
have to
that's
do
what you have
much.
to do. Seriously. I mean, honestly, like Sam Darnold is playing the best ball of his career. He's not seeing ghosts.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He's even playing better
Um,
than he was last year.
for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, definitely better than he's playing last year. I mean, you can feel like he's learned from his mistakes last year. I mean, I thought maybe he put too much pressure on himself last year. I
Yeah.
mean, that was his
Yeah,
first like
at the end was bad. Yeah.
yeah, like that was his first season where he had like a really good season like throughout the whole season. Like they would had like a great record. I mean, he was one of the better quarterbacks in the league, and maybe he just put too much pressure on himself to perform. And this year, I mean, and I think this defense is way better than the Vikings defense too. So, and then he has like so
Yeah.
the infrastructure is just better altogether. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah. He
man.
doesn't have to play hero ball as much.
Exactly, exactly. Um, I think this was a total opposite of the Patriots Texans game. Now the Patriots Texans game was insane. It was what 7 turnovers in the first half,
Dude,
CJ Stroud.
what is going on with CJ Stroud? Is it the
I don't
concussion?
know what is going on now.
Well, he was out multiple weeks with a concussion. So that's my mind automatically goes to like something happened, but
Right.
last year was a regression as well, right?
Yeah.
So
It's got to
maybe
be
there's
mental.
other variables. Yeah, I think it is in yeah, mental.
It's got to be mental because this isn't the same quarterback we saw his rookie year. Obviously, like his rookie year, he came in there. He was poised. He was calm, collected in the pocket. I mean, he's making all
Unlike
these outstanding throws. Yeah.
no, I'm not even gonna compare the two. I'm not they're on two different trajectories, but B Money, he's on the ascendant.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, hey man, like did you start feeling yourself too soon or what it is? I don't
Sometimes when I
know.
hear him speak in interviews, I feel as though like he might be feeling himself a little bit too much. He just said recently in an interview, he said, uh, "I the turnovers were caused because I'm not used to not having to be Superman." And I get it,
What in the
but
world?
it's kind of I get the thought process, but it's kind of like a tone deaf thing to say,
Yeah, definitely.
after a loss like that, where
Yeah,
you were kind of the reason.
you were the reason. I mean, people were calling for you to be benched at halftime. I mean, literally, that
For
was the
Dave, the
halftime segment.
Davis the Neck Mills.
Yeah, they was like, should he be, benched? Because that's how bad he's playing. He threw 4 interceptions in the first half, and 3 of them were horrible. I mean, like bad. Like one of them, he
Egregious.
threw
I
like
saw them. I saw. I mean, it's just like inexcusable. You know,
it was horrible. I was like, bro, you can take a sack, right? You don't have to try to throw the ball every time a defender's coming near you. You just
and that's why his interview was so like tone deaf. It's like, dog, maybe don't say that right now. Like,
I literally, he threw the ball up in the air. And just one of them. I was just like, what was that? I was just like, come on, bro. Like, it was nuts.
especially because
That
the
first
game
half
was
was
so
crazy.
close, despite the multiple turnovers.
Yeah,
Like they could have
definitely.
won if they just didn't turn the ball over. If the
If it didn't
defense
turn the ball over, exactly, because the Texas defense was playing great as well. I mean, they forced like a couple
incredible.
fumbles themselves. I mean,
Now a
Drake
lot of
May had a
people
couple
are saying
fumbles.
a lot of people are saying it was a waste of a historic defense of
Yeah,
like how quality they were and how well they were playing.
definitely. I mean, I think they said like he's CJ Stroud was the first quarterback to have like 5+ interceptions and 5+ fumbles in a playoff run. Especially and then in just 6 quarters, because he did it in 6 quarters. Like
That's
he was
almost
a
impressive.
turnover. I mean, two literally 2 games you have freaking like 10 turnovers at least. Well, I think you have like 11 turnovers total, but I mean this is crazy to think about. Like I don't think we're ever gonna see something like that again. Well, we might, but it's rare.
It doesn't always happen.
Right, for sure. But man, the Patriots defense though, you gotta give them a lot of credit because they were all over him. I mean, they were all over him. I mean, he had what the secondary was playing outstanding. The way I mean, they were on the receivers like I mean, tight coverage the whole game. I mean, they were forcing it. I think they said like this stat was it forced 14 tight window throws on CJ Stroud's like 47 pass attempts, which is the highest rate by defense over the last like 6 playoffs. So I'm like,
Mm.
it's crazy what they were doing. And then like Milton Williams, bro, like he's been like a
Yeah,
straight
I
dog in
know.
these
I know.
playoffs.
It made me sad just because he was a hashtag
The
Panthers
Panthers
legend.
signed him last year, like
Panthers
literally,
legend. Panthers legend Milton Williams. we
literally
we had
signed
him
him last
sign
year.
for a brief moment in time where Twitter thought that he was going to be signing to the Panthers.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and
That was
then they came out and said like Sheena Quick, who like is really good with this stuff, was like,
hmm
"Well, hold your horses on this. They're still working out details. Like it's not like a done
hmm
deal." And then it went from that to he's signing to the Patriots, and I'm like, "Dang it!"
I mean, could you imagine him and Derrick Brown like in the middle? That would just be that would be
Yes, I can. That's why it's frustrating.
Yeah, that would have been insane. An insane duo.
That would have been great. Way better than whatever we got. No offense to everybody else. Just the
Yeah,
defensive
definitely.
line, interior, and exterior, maybe a little bit too. Not talking about
Yeah,
Trevor Morig or any of them.
yeah, for sure. Um, but Drake May, I mean, the difference in the game obviously was the turnovers. But Drake May, he made like two outs. I mean, he made two outstanding throws. That it was like this one throw he threw like this Stephon Diggs between two or three defenders. Like he had to like stick it like that. There was only one spot he could throw that ball so he could
Yeah.
catch that ball. And then like the Drake made the bomb he threw to Kayshawn Booty. I mean, that junk
Oh, dude. I mean, Drake May has like the perfect arc, dog. He's like, hit it right in the exact spot.
crazy. I mean, it was a matter of fact, I had to play queued up, so I want to show it because that's how good of a play it was. It was, I mean, outstanding throw. I was like, I don't even like he couldn't throw any better, and it was against Derek Stingley, one of the best corners in the league
Yeah.
too. So
Stud corner.
I mean, and then the catch was great too, like the one-handed catch by Booty. Man, and yes, folks, that is his name, Kayshawn Booty.
I was like, do we address it or do we just like put some reference on his name? Oh, I was like, I thought of 3 different jokes, but I was like, you know what? No, that's a good man right there. I'm not gonna make fun of him. LOL. His father and his grandfather before him.
Too funny, too funny. This thing's pulling up. Okay. Let's see if this one's the one. Ooh, that's a good angle. Let me see. Okay, that's one of them. Where's the other? Okay. Yeah, we can do this one. Let's see. All right. Yeah, man, this was in the fourth quarter. I mean, this was pretty much put the game out of reach because the Texas offense at this point was doing absolutely nothing. And then CJ
I mean, they were
Stroud, he's
doing
probably
something.
going
It was just causing turnovers.
turn over the ball. Literally.
Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and
Incredible.
I mean, that was just a crazy throw.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
you can't throw it any better.
That just to stand there like that must be like exhilarating, after you make a crazy play like that in front of a coliseum full of people. It makes me think of like when Jalen Coker was like just put his hands up. Are you not entertained? Like I can imagine that feeling. That must be exhilarating.
In the snow too. In the snow.
Tough. I mean, like look at that, and everybody saw it. Like, and it's the playoffs.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, that throw. I mean, he probably throws that. I don't know if he throws the best deep ball, but got to be at the top is throwing deep balls in the league. I mean, you can't throw it any better. I mean, the coverage was great. I mean, he was right there. He just threw it. Literally, I mean, the coverage was great. He just threw it like right in the area where he could just put his hand out.
Wow.
And it's funny because Kayshawn Booty, like before the game, like he was talking about like the corners, like how he was like prepared. He was just like, he's like, we got him. Like they ain't ready for they ain't played a receiver like me. That's basically what he was saying. Like the physicality, like this speed, as he was saying that before the game, and he went out there and proved it.
Wow. I mean, that was an incredible play all around. And that
All
did put
around.
the game out of reach.
Yeah, it was over after that. It was pretty much a wrap. After that, I mean, the game was pretty much over. 28-16. I mean, this Texas probably had lost all hope at that point. It was just like all belief. Stroud looks like a shell of himself. Basically, he doesn't. And it's funny because like the reaction to the way he played. I mean, people just like if any other like I know Orlovsky said like Dan Orlovsky said on ESPN if any other quarterback had played, they would have won that game. But I mean,
I
he
mean,
just sees
people were actually genuinely saying, like, suggesting that if he would have been switched out for Davis Mills
Davis
at
Mills. They
halftime,
would have won.
yeah, that they would have won just because of the lack of turnovers. Like, if he just like kneeled the ball, like,
Literally. I mean, so I mean the Patriots. I mean, they're definitely a team to be reckoned with. I mean, their defense has played great. Drake and May is making all the crucial throws you need a quarterback to make in the playoffs to help your team advance in the playoffs. I will say the one thing that concerns, like, if any concerns for the Patriots going forward, is Will Campbell. I mean, he
oh man,
allowed 3 sacks, 9 pressures, 6 hurries.
I was surprised by Will Campbell's lack of, I guess, production. I guess that's the word for it for an offensive lineman. Like, lack of production, like where he was just
Protection.
allowed
Yeah.
protection. Yeah. Well, but where he was just allowing all kinds of things to go through. And he was somebody that was viewed as the premier talent at left tackle coming out of this draft. Like, if he fell to us and we got him, I would have been over the moon at the time of the draft. Now I'm glad that the way it happened. I'm glad we got T-Mac. But it's just it was crazy to see him struggle so much.
I think people were saying that like he struggles with edge rushers that have like elite traits, like because he was going against Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter,
Yep.
so those guys are like the very top of the league at pass rush. So I
Because
mean,
he
them
doesn't,
dudes,
like himself, he's physically I mean, he's bigger and stronger than the average human being. But as far as left tackles go, he's got a little shorter arms. He's not as athletic, but he overcompensates for that with all of his technique and his ability to understand the game. But there's a certain point that, like, there's no level of technique that can, like, make you dudes coming at you at 100 miles per hour. If you can't do it, you can't do it.
right? Definitely. But yeah, man, that was a good game. So I mean, well, it was a wild game. Let's put it like that. I
Yeah.
mean, but the Patriots they advance and they face off against the Broncos in the next round. We want to talk about that Bills Broncos game, which was a great game as well too. I mean, winning the overtime. I mean, Josh Allen. I mean, the turnovers, man. Another game that the turnovers was pretty much the difference in the game. Josh Allen. I mean, he had 3 turnovers in the game. I mean, the fumble before halftime, bro. That was one of the worst turnovers I ever seen in my life. Bro.
I feel
Fumble.
bad, dog. I feel bad for him. I wish, honestly, especially since Bo Nix got hurt, I wish Josh Allen got a shot at least at the AFC Championship without
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. Without Patrick Mahomes, like, for one
yeah.
time. Like,
I thought he was
I
gonna be
feel
able to
bad.
pull it off, man. I really did. I thought he was gonna be able to pull it
It
off.
looked like it. I mean, I've kind of come to the conclusion in my mind now that, like, that was a
It's not
catch.
meant to be.
The
Oh
Brandon
yeah.
Cook, the Brandon Cooks thing.
Oh yeah. I
In
want to
my
show
mind,
that real quick.
yeah,
I
I
want to
think
show that real quick.
that was the game right there. That's was what determined the winner.
Bro, that play was ridiculous. I don't. I keep we talked about this a couple times on the podcast. About how the NFL doesn't know what a catch is.
What a catch is.
Because we're just like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on with NFL. And the crazy part is they didn't even review it for a long time. Like they just went like it was like a couple of minutes, and then they went straight to the next play, and I was just like, at the time, I was like, I guess I could see why they called it an interception, but I'm like that wasn't a catch. Like I'm still, and then watching like the slow motion and like the replays and people posting on social media, I'm just like, that looked like a catch, bro. Like,
it was unanimous on social media. At least everyone seemed to think it was a catch.
yeah, it was definitely a controversial play that happened, and it's like, why can't we get this right? Type of thing. Um, literally, bro. Like his
Yeah.
knee was down, and yeah, like
Yeah,
that,
I don't even
that's,
understand. Here,
if his knee
it
is
again.
down,
Play
isn't
it
that a
again.
catch?
Yeah, okay, it's replaying by itself. Yeah, it's
It's
either incomplete.
like he catches it, his knee is down right there.
Oh my gosh.
How does
Yeah.
he get to turn over and take the ball from the guy?
See, the thing is, that's what I think it is. They're saying it's incomplete. Like, so in their mind, it was not a catch because he did not have possession.
And right here.
It's not incomplete because it didn't fully hit the ground. So, but by that logic, would it have been a fumble? By that logic, would it have been a fumble if the defender didn't get it?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm
It's
like,
either incomplete. It's either incomplete or not. Like because because he was down. So the only ruling that it could be is that it was an incomplete pass that turned into an interception. Because otherwise, he had the ball and he was down. So they're saying it wasn't a complete catch. So if it's an incomplete catch that led to an interception, what steps made it able to
complete a pass?
Yeah. So would it have been a fumble if they if he didn't hold on to it, if the Bronco didn't hold on to it?
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely. It's like they didn't explain it well, because it looked like he caught it, or maybe they say he never had full control of the ball. Like, I guess like he never had it like fully, like it was still moving or something. And so it was, but that doesn't. That means it's not a catch then if he doesn't have full possession.
Exactly. That means it's incomplete. So then what makes it an interception then? That's where I'm like getting with it. If he didn't hold on to it, would it have been a fumble? Because if it's an incomplete pass, that should be the play,
Right. I mean, it's strange. Like I said, to me, it looked like he caught the ball, and then like his knee was down, and then dude touched him. So I thought that was a catch. Like in my head, that's a catch to me.
So I'm thinking the NFL, if they were to defend it, they would say the only way they could defend it is if they would say that yes, it would have been a fumble if like he didn't hold on to it, and it wasn't just because otherwise it would have just been a dead ball.
Right.
I'm just thinking about it in my head.
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree. I don't understand how they, like I said, I just don't understand how they looked at it. They didn't look at it for a long time. Like it was so quick, the decision that it was an interception. I'm just like, bro, did y'all look at every angle?
Well, that's the thing that's also weird and suspicious. I mean, I don't think that NFL scripts games or like rigs it, but I think they have their thumb on the scale.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy, because at that point, I mean, this was in overtime, and when this happened, so essentially the game was pretty much over at this point, because all the Broncos had to do was go down the field and kick a field goal, which they did and won the game.
Which they did.
So it was crazy, man. I mean, like I said, the turnover was like, Josh Allen was, I mean, he was crying in his post game. I mean,
horrible. He was gutted. I felt bad just looking at him. Like,
yeah, it was tough. I mean, you can't have a lot of turnovers in the playoffs, because I mean, when you have turnovers, you lose, man.
Hey, he was the first one to say it too. He was like, "I cost my teammates this game." Like he was choking up on
Yeah,
himself, being like, "I did this. I cost my teammates the
yeah.
chance at a championship."
Two of them was really bad. Like I said, the fumble before halftime when dude was running, had the ball like way out here, like instead of having it like tucked in, and dude like stripped it. That was
But
horrible.
you know, the wild part is he still should have won. I think they could have and should have won.
I mean, they took the lead in the fourth quarter, and before I mean, but the defense couldn't stop the Broncos
And
at the end of
Josh
the
Allen
game.
played really well too.
Yeah, like I said, other than the turnovers, the
Other than
offense
the turnovers, exactly. But when it was
the
crunch
offense was great. I mean, they didn't punt at one time during the game. Like the Bills, they didn't punt one time during the game on any of their drives. They were moving the ball down the field. It's just the turnovers that hurt him. I mean, he threw that bad interception. He had that fumble. I mean, there was another fumble where he got sacked and he fumbled it. So I mean, the turnovers were just the difference in this game because, I mean, once again, the Bills defense was a no show. What else? What else is new for the Broncos? But like I said, he still played pretty well. I thought. I mean, like I said, they pretty much outplayed the Broncos as far as like stats wise. I mean, 400 and like what 449 yards. I mean, 10 of 15 on third downs. I mean, they're 3 of 5 in the red zone. I thought James Cook was running the ball well. I honestly thought they probably should have given it to James Cook more. Because, I mean, I think he only rushed the ball, right? Only had 18 rushes, 18 carries. I thought he probably should have had 25. That probably would have helped him a little bit more. At least like control the clock a little bit more because Denver was just going out in the field a little bit, especially on the turn.
I wonder. I'm curious what they did specifically to attack the Broncos defense because the Broncos defense is one of the best in the league.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like run the ball. Run the ball. I thought they ran the ball pretty well on that. Help open up the passing game for them.
Yeah.
They were able to, and then they picked their matchups. I mean, they got like Khalil Shakir had like an explosive, like it was like kind of like I don't know if it was like a slant. It was something like over the middle,
What
and he
a
just like started
great
running.
pickup, or not
Yeah,
a pickup. I was thinking about
Brandon Cooks.
yeah.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks made a couple good plays too, and then it was that one touchdown that Josh Allen threw to Dalton Kincaid. That was that great throw he threw to Dalton Kincaid, like near the corner of the end zone. It's like a 1-on-1 matchup, and he got him 1-on-1, and he was able to throw it up, just give it to where Dalton Kincaid could only catch it. I mean, because it was great coverage too, and he just only could throw it where Dalton Kincaid could catch it.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, Josh Allen did have some spectacular plays throughout.
Yeah, and Keon Coleman dropped a touchdown, bro. I don't know if you saw that play.
Keon Coleman is so disappointing. Even though the owner should not have said that in the press conference publicly.
He shouldn't have called him out like that, but he definitely dropped a touchdown in this game. I mean, he hit it dead him in the hands. I was like, how did he not catch that? Like, it hit him straight in his hands. Like, I was just like, bro. I guess he made up for it later because he called a touchdown later, but at that moment they needed the points because they only lost by 3 points. If they had scored a touchdown, maybe they would have won the game, earlier.
You know what trade was circulating online amongst NFL Twitter, I suppose? They said straight up Xavier Legette for Keon Coleman. And I was like,
no.
Who says no? Did you say who says no?
Yeah, who says
That's
no?
exactly what I was just about to say. Great minds. I was gonna be like, who says no? For real though, honestly, give them both fresh starts.
Yeah, I think Keon Coleman would be decent with the Panthers. I ain't gonna lie.
Me too. I think Bryce would be good with him. And Xavier Legette, I know like the Bills will find something for him to do.
Something to do.
Yo. He'll be utilized in some way.
Some capacity, or he won't. Or he won't. Yeah, man. But I thought Bo Nix was actually decent in this game too. He had some really good throws. Marvin Mims really showed up.
Yeah, he's actually looking good too. He's somebody that's literally exactly what I'm describing with Xavier Legette at this point. Like, just find something for him to do. Marvin Mims started off kind of, what do you do with him? And then now he's actually carving a role, like in playing meaningful snaps and making a difference in the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, man. Last 3 years, the Bills have lost by 3. Lost by 3 to the Chiefs in 2023. Lost to the Chiefs by 3 last year in 2024. This year, lost by 3 to the Broncos.
Soul crushing. Soul crushing.
First team in NFL history to do that too. So I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, they were also the first team to lose 4 straight Super Bowls, which is wild.
It's kind of hard to see. You kind of think about like, man, you think to yourself, is Josh Allen ever going to be able to get over the hump? You know, is he ever going to be able to get there? You know, it's kind of you don't know. You don't know if it's in the cards for him. It might
Well,
not
the
be
thing
meant
is,
to be.
it's through no fault of his own. Like he's literally done everything he physically could. Like that's the part where I'm like, dang, I could tell how gutted he was. He could have not had those turnovers, but still, he does everything to even put the Bills in the position to be in this playoff spot. You know.
Yeah, this was tough. I mean, no Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar, no Joe Burrow. This was the year, man. This was the year.
And then watch like Jason Stidham win a Super Bowl.
I mean, and then Bo Nix, like Bo Nix gets hurt. I mean, I'm like, come on, bro. Yeah, Bill should have won that game.
Watch somebody else like that's not Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or Joe Burrow win a Super Bowl before them. Wild.
I mean, it just shows you that NFL is a team sport, man. You can't just have one great player and win, man. It takes so much more than that.
That's what somebody said. I saw on X, I think it was, somebody said something like, it goes to like what you said. You can't just throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns and win the game in the NFL, which is unfortunately true.
There's too many variables. There's too many players on the field. There's too many things that go on. I mean, you need everybody to help.
A well-oiled, well-functioning machine that works together.
3 phases of football, man. Sometimes your special teams lose your game, you know. Sometimes the defense is on the offense.
Oh my gosh, how many games come down to a kicker?
Exactly. And you put them in position. You put them in prime position to go out there and to kick it. You've done everything you can do, and it's not in your hands anymore. It's not in your hands. You just gotta you gotta hope your kicker's in there.
Man,
kicker, is good.
I feel bad for Josh Allen. Like he was gutted. I could tell. Dude was like just stunned. Like he was like not even really present. He was just in his head. Like, and then the owner, did you hear what the owner said in the press conference too? I came up to Joshy boy. He was crying and I said, that was a catch. And he ignored me for some reason. I don't know why. Yo, the owner is a character.
I'm telling you. The dude is crazy. I think the craziest thing about Josh Allen is like the way he loses is like the most devastating loss. It's just like, I mean, last year it was like that. He had like that crazy throw that what was it, Dawson Knox or Dalton Kincaid that dropped it? But it was one of them two.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I think it might have been Dalton Knox.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember also at the same time was Lamar Jackson with Mark Andrews.
Yeah, that hurt. I really wanted Lamar to win last year. That was the year, man. Mark Andrews, he dropped that pass. I remember I was watching that game.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. I was watching that game in a restaurant. I think that was the most upset I've ever been, like in public watching a game. I was just like, oh man, no.
I hate this. I honestly, as gutted as Josh Allen is like this, like after this game, I feel like Lamar had to be like, dog, I couldn't have handed it to you any better.
Exactly, any better. Like, bro. Like his teammates do the dumbest stuff at in the craziest moments. Like Zay Flowers fumbling the ball when he was in scoring position against the Chiefs the year before that. I mean, wow. Mark Andrews had that ridiculous fumble last year in that same game. That was
his rookie year too, wasn't it? Oh, Zay Flowers. I mean,
maybe that was 2023.
Was that his second year?
That was his year. The year he won MVP.
No, I'm talking about Zay Flowers.
Yeah, when Zay Flowers fumbled, this year he won MVP.
Zay Flowers never run MVP.
I mean Lamar.
I
Lamar
know
won
what you
MVP.
mean. I know what you mean.
yeah.
I was saying, was it his rookie year? I think it was.
Oh yeah. I think it was Zay
yeah,
Flowers rookie year.
yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. Got you. Yeah, but
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of
it's definitely
tragedy.
devastating
A lot of tragedy for the Ravens and for
for
Lamar.
sure. And we can't forget about the infamous 13-second game where the Chiefs literally drove down the field in 13 seconds.
Oh my gosh. No. I mean, literally, like, you can't escape Patrick Mahomes. He's inescapable. He's inevitable. No, this was the prime year because Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the playoffs. That was like literally the prime opportunity.
Absolutely, bro. It's crazy. Um, another well, let's see. Did we talk about the other games? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Rams Bears. Now this game was crazy too. I mean, this game was well, it wasn't the most high scoring game. How offenses didn't play
The
particularly
fourth
well.
quarter was really where it was.
Oh yeah, we were texting back and forth about this game because he's like,
Dude,
"Oh man,
it
is
was
Caleb
crazy.
Williams gonna come through?"
The Caleb Williams throw was insane.
He really like went back like 20. Was it 40 yards? They said ended up being like he traveled backwards or something like that.
Something crazy.
And he just threw it up, and dude is like
maybe 40 total. Maybe 40 total, including sideways.
Yeah. Okay, that's probably what it was. And then dude just like threw it up and just fell into dude's hands.
Couldn't believe it. Could not believe it.
I was like, oh my goodness.
You know what's funny? Me and Jenna were about to fall asleep. We were like, all right, we'll find out who wins in the morning or whatever. And then I see what happens with Caleb Williams. Like, nah, I gotta watch this game.
Yeah, you gotta watch the end of this. You gotta watch the end of this. Like, it was crazy because, like I said, it was back and forth. I mean, I thought the game was over. Like, literally. I mean, because I was like, ain't no way they're gonna, do what they need to do. He just, I was like, oh, it's over. He throws it up. I'm like, what in the world? And this fell in his hands. I know. And
that was on fourth down too.
Fourth down with the game on the line. I mean, sent the game in overtime.
Left. Like,
yeah,
absolutely. Like, you could not script it any better.
And at that point, I was like, "Oh man, the Bears might win this." I was like, "Man, the Bears might actually win this."
Yeah.
And then, they had a chance to because they stopped the Rams on that first play. I'm on the first drive in overtime, and then they went down the field, and then Caleb Williams threw that interception. What DJ Moore stopped on that route. Everybody was talking about that.
Yeah, I don't think it was everything with DJ Moore because clearly he wouldn't have.
I think it was just miscommunication.
All game. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A miscommunication.
Yeah. It was just miscommunication.
People were suggesting, even Bears fans were suggesting it was an effort thing from DJ Moore.
Yeah, I definitely heard
that. Doesn't even make any sense. Like, he's been playing so hard all year, even in this game, just to give up on the most important second. Like,
yeah, I mean that'd be crazy if he did something like that. Why would he do it now? Like in the playoffs?
Exactly. It would have been like way earlier, like during training camp or something. Like,
right. But yeah, that pretty much cost him a game. And then Matthew Stafford threw one of the best throws I ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know how he made that throw. I don't know how he made that throw. Like, he
was off platform and had that velocity.
I mean, it was ridiculous. I was like,
he defied physics on that one.
I was like, how did he make that throw?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, when he did that, I literally yelled. I was like, oh, and I was like, literally like loud too. I was like, oh, I was like, what's going on? I was like, because I don't really react too much when it's not my team like that, like loud, like wise. But then that play, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I only do sometimes if I'm like really invested in something. I don't know what I would be invested in. Usually, like the other criteria would be fantasy football.
yeah, for sure.
Or if I really want another team to win for some reason. Like,
yeah. Like I think that was happened like last year when I was rooting for like the Lamar. I was like kind of like that, but like this year I've just been chilling watching the games pretty much. And I was like, other than the Panthers game, I want the Panthers to win. But But other than that, once I was like, I'm just watching these games for fun, you know. I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
man, this is crazy. This is crazy. That Caleb Williams play, I was like, oh, okay, dang, this is crazy. I'm like, what in the world? Then when Matthew Stafford did that pass, I was like, oh, I was like, I had
See,
to
it's
rewind
funny.
that because it was so crazy.
I slightly wanted the Rams to win just because, like I told you, like because they beat the Panthers and I wanted to be vindicated. So to see them advance further would just be like, oh, like during the offseason, we could talk about like, oh, we came toe to toe with the Super Bowl champions.
I mean, you doing that this year. You said talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs and how
Yeah,
close we are with.
yeah, that's right.
For sure. I actually do have that play like queued up with the Matthew Stafford throw, so I want to show that real quick. But
Oh,
man,
the Devontae Adams one. And also, I'm glad that the Bears
shit.
didn't go further because, we would never hear the end of it on Panthers Twitter. Dog. They already make fun
the
of us.
discourse.
Yep. Wow.
It'd be insane.
Wow, look at
What
that
happened?
catch.
I don't know what that is.
The catch. Oh, wow.
I mean, you can't throw it any better than that. You can't throw it any better than that, dog.
Catch was impressive too. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Just barely on the outreached hands of who is that? Tyreek Stevens? Who is that? 26. I don't know. But just barely.
Yeah, I think it was. Look where he throws his ball. Like, how did you make that throw? Like, how do you even think to make that throw? That dude was on like the other side of the field and threw it like I mean, that was like on a rope. I mean,
and to have
the
that
velocity on that throw was ridiculous.
To have that velocity with that angle was just it's a magic trick.
Like, bro, how many quarterbacks can make this throw? Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, Bryce. I love Bryce.
The defender was like, if he had threw that just like a little bit off, he would have had a pick. He would have had a pick if he had just threw a little bit off. Like, how do you make that throw? Like, dude was literally the defender was right here, and the receiver's like kind of like behind him.
Most quarterbacks could not make that throw.
I still don't know how he made that throw.
I think he might be the only one that could make that throw. I don't even think Patrick Mahomes could. Maybe. We don't know though. That throw is ridiculous. Matthew Stafford has he doesn't just have the velocity on a rope, but he has the touch to get it exactly where it needs to go.
Oh my God.
Wow. And that dude's like 35 years old.
You can't place it any better than
he's 35.
You can't place it any better than that.
38, 39.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I think like 37. Yeah. You can't place it any better than that. I mean, that's the only place you could put it and be able to catch that.
And the catch from Devontae Adams.
Oh my God. One more time.
And that was the game.
Move along,
and that was the game.
That was
such an important play.
Exactly. That was it. Yeah, man. That was nuts. I mean,
yeah, I want them to go off.
That was I do too. And that, I mean, that gets us to our next conversation. I mean, what would be the most, intriguing Super Bowl matchup? What do you think?
Most intriguing. I mean, I guess there's only 4 teams to choose from now. It's so weird. Like just a couple weeks ago, we were talking about all these possibilities, and now it's like you get Rams or Seahawks, and then the AFC teams, Patriots or Broncos. I guess Broncos Rams would be different. I've never seen that Super Bowl.
Be different.
Yeah.
I gotta see how Jarrett Stidham plays because I don't really want to see like a defensive game. You know what I'm saying? Type of game where it's just like defense is like doing it. Yeah. It don't necessarily have to be high scoring, but at least the throws got to be like outstanding. Like that, the Bears Rams game, that game wasn't like high scoring, but the throws in that game was incredible. Like from Caleb Williams and like Matthew Stafford, like those are like you just seeing like superhuman QBs making like plays that they can only make. Like these are only plays that only these two individuals can make. Like they're making those plays in this game. That's why I'm thinking Patriots Rams would be a great Super Bowl, bro. Like,
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean,
I mean, yeah, two
Drake
top
May, Matthew
MVP
Stafford.
candidates. We talked about this a little bit. We were saying that maybe that could be a Super Bowl,
Oh,
after
that's
the
yeah, and then they can determine who gets the MVP.
who really is the MVP, even though it was already announced like a couple of days before. We like, nah, maybe this
No,
dude should have won.
they have to put it in the stack. It's like everybody gets all the chips. You get the Lombardi and the MVP.
Same day, it gets called that. I wonder if they could change it. Like they just change the date. Like if they figure out the Rams and Patriots gonna be in it, it's like, oh, we might have to push back the announcement of the MVP to after the game.
Not just the announcement, the determination.
yeah. Yeah, that would be insane.
Oh.
I guess the Broncos do win. I mean, it would be Jarrett Stidham play well, so I guess he could play well enough in the Super Bowl. I think the one thing
says that Jarrett Stidham is like some stud that is going to be very good, that also just never got a chance to start, like similar to Brock Purdy. So, hey, maybe this is the birth of a new career.
I mean, we've seen, I guess Nick Foles did it. I mean, as a backup quarterback.
Nick Foles did it. The Todd, what's his name? The Ravens 2000 quarterback.
Oh yeah. What was that dude's name? I forget
Todd
that
something.
dude. Yeah.
Dilford?
Trent Dilford? That was his
No,
name?
no,
Trent
that's
Dilford?
a different person. I'm thinking of a different person. No, but no, literally, like it's gonna just come down to there's been a lot of quarterbacks that have not been the guys that have done it. It's gonna come down to that defense and the team supporting them.
Just sure. I just don't want it to be a situation where it's like a Super Bowl, like I'm sure you remember the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Rams. Like that Super Bowl sucked.
Boring.
Like that was the worst Super Bowl I've ever
Boring.
seen. Like, I mean, that was bad.
Yeah, they should have been the Saints, and I say that as a Panthers fan.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was a wild call in the NFC Championship game, or non-call.
Oh yeah,
I should say.
Yeah, non-call. Yeah. And that was at the time where everybody hated the Patriots too. So we was just like, bro, they're gonna win again. And
Yeah, it
they played
robbed us of
our team.
Drew Brees, Tom Brady Super Bowl, which would have been way more fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, I guess the Bro Nick's like breaking his ankle like the last couple of plays. It's a wild situation altogether.
Yeah.
Like that happening. Like, but Sean Payton's obviously gonna have to come up with a great game plan for Jarrett Stidham to be able to be successful out there on the field, because I think the defense is gonna give him a chance, because I mean the defense is good. I mean, like I said, they got Pat Surtain, Nick Bonito. I mean,
Nick Bonito is apparently a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year.
I think he led the league in sack. Not. He was one of the top sack leaders after Myles Garrett, put it like that.
What? That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
See, maybe I'm not familiar with his game.
Yeah. Because the Broncos, they had the most sacks as a team this year, so they they're team to get after it for sure. And obviously they got Pat Surtain, one of the best corners in the league, if not the best. They have like
not the best. You're right. That would be J.C. Horn.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm not mad at that. He definitely got a case, and he can get there for sure. He got the talent. But yeah, the Broncos, they have a formula that could possibly win that. I mean, Will Campbell, he struggled against like I said, we said pass rushers with elite traits. So the Broncos defensive line would be a good test for him as far as like getting after the quarterback. But one thing about Drake May, he's been making plays in every game that has helped his team win. I mean, he just makes these outstanding throws. I mean, throws that only he can make, superhuman throws in a way.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be an interesting game.
That's the thing. It's these out of structure quarterbacks that have strong arms. Man, these are the guys. Like, look at what Patrick Mahomes started it. And now it's just, if you can mold those guys into quarterbacks that you can win with, that can play within structure most of the time and then make extraordinary plays out of structure, look at what you can do. And Drake May
Exactly.
is a great example of that. I think Drake May is actually further along, in my opinion, than Caleb Williams even is, in
Yeah,
terms of playing
definitely.
within structure. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not under any illusions. I know Bryce Young will never be like these types of guys, but Bryce Young wins in different ways. So
Yeah, absolutely. He finds a way to win, and he uses his ability. I mean, he knows how to get the most out of his ability. I mean,
exactly,
that's the thing when you don't have like necessarily the arm talent or the like the size or the strength. I mean, it's about what else can he use? He uses his mind. I mean, he's smart. He sees the play before it
exactly.
happens.
It is
Anticipation.
anticipation. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. LOL.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely. But man, and then the AFC is like stacked with so many quarterbacks like that are, you know, dudes that just have extreme talent. I mean, Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow and Lamar and Justin Herbert and Josh Allen, Drake May, and I mean, think about it. I mean, Cam Ward might be in that conversation in a couple years.
We'll see. Hey, I hope
Trevor
so.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Shoot,
Trevor
like
Lawrence too. A lot of people are saying that Trevor Lawrence, like I'm looking at the discourse online and like what I see here, and people are saying that Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own, but he's never going to be the elite prospect that they were kind of thinking he was going to be. He's just more
mm,
so somebody that they can win with, which,
right.
hey, I wouldn't be
I
mad with that.
mean, if you had if you put the right people around him, the right team around him, you can still
Exactly.
win.
Exactly. All that matters is winning. Doesn't matter how talented
Exactly.
you are. You want to be a talented loser? Like,
Got a lot of those. We definitely have a lot of those.
yeah.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, man, the Rams Seahawks one, that's gonna be a good one too. I think both of those games this year were like, I mean, I think the both of them were like 3-point games. I think both of them were tight. Um, like they've played twice already. This will be the third time they, played each other. Um, Sam Darnold, I think there's been this storyline about him being like not playing well against the Rams. Obviously, he had that four interception game earlier in the season, and then I think he played pretty well. I would say in the second game, I think he did. He still threw two interceptions in the second game,
Really? Did they?
but they still won.
They
They
won. I was
won
gonna
though.
say the Seahawks
Yeah,
won. Yeah.
yeah. But I guess they give him issues. I mean, so obviously in the playoffs, you don't want to have turnovers. So it's his job to protect the football and give this team a chance. The defense is good, but I think the Rams. I mean, they have had success against the Seahawks defense. So it's going to be a very intriguing game to see how each team, what the game plan is, how they, third time. I mean, third time playing a team, you're pretty familiar with what each team does well.
Yeah.
What their weaknesses are, strengths, otherwise. So Sean
Oh, I
McVay,
mean,
I'm sure has something up his sleeve.
it becomes a chess match at that point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And to
It's
me,
like
it
you know
comes
that I know that I know that you know.
to me, it's
Like,
gonna come down to who has the better quarterback. I think Matthew Stafford is just gonna make more plays. I think the Rams gonna win that one. I just think
yeah.
that if I
Puka
had to pick a
Nakua is
team,
an incredible receiver too, but then they also have Jackson Smith and Jigba.
tough. But I mean, I definitely think it's a toss up. It's a coin toss, bro. This game is gonna be great. I'm very
Yeah,
excited to watch
this is
this
going to be a
game.
fun game.
I'm very excited to see what happens in this
When
game.
is this? Sunday night?
Sunday night, the 6:30 game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the Bills, not the Bills, the Patriots Broncos play at
Yeah, it should
3.
have been
Should have been the
maybe should have
Bills.
been Bills.
Should have been the Bills. I mean, NFL get that catch rule change. You gotta
What
figure out
was
what's the
even
catch.
the rule? Like, I don't even know what the rule. Like, it just I thought it was just definitely a catch or an incomplete pass, if anything, or maybe I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're
I don't think
determining.
they know.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Most of the people that probably in the office anyway probably ain't never played football or catch no passes like that too. So they're like, I don't know what I mean.
Because it's what, like, the receiver didn't control the ball, but the defender did. But like, yeah, because the defender got
Dude was
the ball that like.
Yeah, dude was laying on the ground. Dude took the ball after he was laying on the ground. Of
I
course.
mean,
I
like,
mean, that
okay,
happens
so
like a
now,
lot of times
yeah,
throughout the game.
technically now he has possession, but like At what cost?
I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, for real.
It's crazy. But yeah, man, I'm excited about what we have going forward. I mean, the Super Bowl I think is gonna be good, regardless of who's in it. Definitely new blood. I mean, we haven't seen like the Chiefs ain't in, the Eagles ain't in it, the 49ers aren't in there.
Yeah, the fact that the
So
Chiefs aren't in it is already a win for me.
hey, it's always good to see. I mean, we need some parity, some different teams in there.
Finally.
So it's definitely been exciting, that for sure. Any last words before we get out of here, John?
Go and see the flick. Theater Charlotte. All my Charlotteans. Go and see the flick. Comes out February 12th. Just Google it. You'll figure out the details.
Absolutely. Go check it out.
And also keep pounding.
Keep pounding. You know, as we always say, keep pounding for the shoe. Go Panthers, go Colts. Y'all have a good week.